Good morning, comic fans. You're with the Comic Pusher at the Comics Club, Tampa and Brandon's favorite comic gaming store. It is the second new comic book day of the month. March, April, May, all kinds of months of comic books coming at you. This is a month we have 4 new comic book days. Not the best, but there are months with 5, but I'll take the 4. Thank goodness there's no months with only 3 comic book days, eh? So we are looking at April the 10th and all kinds of cool comic book stuff this week, including a comic book related item. If you guys are into lunchboxes, the Comics Club's got all kinds of lunchboxes. Hey, Steve Fisher, thank you so much for joining us. This is the latest one in our offerings here from, it's a Previews exclusive. It has a beverage container inside, not a thermos. That's a brand name. It is a beverage container, and it is, as you can see, Spider-Man 2099 lunchbox. You know, let's take a look inside. Why not? Let's see what's in there. And it's a great place to stash your stuff, even if you don't want to. Oh, look at the beverage container. Now that is cool, huh? Awesome. You know, I'm going to dedicate a show soon, and in my vocabulary, soon means sometimes in the next decade. I'm going to do a show exclusively on the selection of lunchboxes we have that are previous exclusive. A lot of these are limited to only so many made. This one is not, but some of them say right on them that they're only limited to so many. But these are previous exclusives. You can only get them through Diamond Comic Distributors, and that means mostly just comic shops are carrying them, which is kind of cool. So I hope everybody's had a great week. So glad to see you all back here again this week for more comics. Over the weekend, we had a visit at the Comics Club by the guys from the Nerdy Collective, the whole crew of guys, and I think it was a Comic Book G-Man. I put a link in the comment section there about the Nerdy Collective and Comic Book G-Man. While they were here, I think they linked up live on the show, and while they were purchasing a piece of original art from one of our local artists. So it was a fun day to see all the guys there, and thank you guys so much for coming in. And do click on that link to the Nerdy Collective's. You can see their stuff through G-Man, Comic Book G-Man site. And also thank you to all the guys. I don't remember everybody's name, but you know, Bronze Age Brian and all the other guys, thank you so much for coming in. And when they all walked in the store, I half expected to see Bueller, Comics with Bueller, Travis, walk in the door behind him. But apparently he's still out west. So on to more local things, and not comic books, but reading material and really fun stuff. Who knows? Maybe someday he'll do a comic book. But he's a cartoonist and also a veterinarian. And Dr. Dean Scott has his latest book, which is available at the Comics Club, autographed at no extra charge. It's The Deep End of Midnight. No, I'm not getting paid for this announcement. Doc's my friend. He's been for years, and his stuff is great. A lot of fun. This is his 3rd collection of short stories. He also did, let's see here, Something for Everyone and Our Thoughts Are With You. All short story collections, great stuff. This one was the first one he put out, and in it there was a short story about a veterinarian in medieval times, and he took that story and blew it out into a full-blown dragon vet story. So this is a veterinarian in medieval times, and that one was so popular that he came out with a second one, The Dragon Vet's Apprentice. And it's so funny because it's amazing how this all grew out of a short story in this collection, which we have them all here for you, all autographed. And his latest one, The Deep End of Midnight, all horror stuff. But he's working on the 3rd installment of The Dragon Vet. And so we're looking forward to that. I think he's plugging away at it. Several chapters, I'm told. Don't hold me to this, but I think he's got several chapters under his belt. My guess is early next year we'll get this book, maybe soon. Who knows? Doc has just become an animal, prolific writer. which is awesome and great fun. I have a wall book to show you, our wall book of the week, which is actually brand new to the store this week. And I'll get to that in a second. But before we do, let me show you some cool stuff also that came in. My wife's a big fan of video games, and a lot of our customers are too. And we try to carry as often as possible these new basically they're history books. They tell you everything about in reference books. This one's 50 years of home video games and beautiful color photos throughout of all kinds of different video game consoles and stuff. And you may have played a lot of these ones yourselves growing up. But if you're interested, this book is available at the Comics Club. And for a whopping, hey, $39.95 for this beautiful hardcover. Also, we have a collection of, speaking of short stories, a bunch of comic book writers got together and put a prose short story out, Caped Fear. And it's all about superhuman horror stories. They are superhuman champions, hypercharged meta guardians of humanity, protecting the innocent from the corruption, saving us from the sadistic, shielding us from human or inhuman evil in all forms. But what if this gleaming smile from the chiseled jaws were actually the animalistic baring of teeth? So this takes an interesting look at horror in the superhero world. Stories, short stories. And another one, a collection of the very, very popular The Enfield Massacre. This hitting the stands today. Collects the first 6 issues of the story right there. Also, we have a Spawn Unwanted Violence. It collects that miniseries all into one book. Darth Vader, Dark Droids. Darth Vader and his minion of evil droids. Speaking of Star Wars, The Mandalorian, Season 2, Part 2. Hitting the cover there. Hitting the stands today. And who is that on the cover? A couple of the good guys battling each other. What's going on there? One good guy and one not so good guy in this one. Predator versus Wolverine. Super popular miniseries. Predator has been very popular. And there it is. Those are the trade paperbacks and graphic novels and other fun stuff you'll find at the Comics Club. And don't forget, Dean Scott's The Deeper End of Midnight. Get yours today. Autographed. He autographs all of them that he puts in our store for sale. I'll show you. He's also written some children's books as well. He wrote Callie and Cowabunga. Those are some fun children's books he wrote. And also, if you're a veterinarian student, he has books for you, multiple books for you about the veterinarian experience, student experience. Okay, so also coming up soon, we have our Free Comic Book Day, the first Saturday of May. If you are local, please do make it to Free Comic Book Day. Let me see. This is the super prize we're giving away at the store that day. We're back to the super prizes, kids. There's that. There's that and that. That is over $500 worth of stuff to one lucky person at the Comics Club on that day. You must be present to win. No purchase necessary. Tickets available, 1 per person per day. While supplies last. But the drawing is at 4:30 on the day of. We also have 3 costume contests, door prizes, grab bags. We added a costume contest. We've been doing teen, 12 and under and teen and up. Now we've added a 3rd team. So 2 or more people creating a theme or a single costume out of multiple pieces. I'll give you an example. I went to a party once, and there was a guy who's dressed as a doctor, a woman dressed as a nurse, and a man who was in a wheelchair as a accident victim. So the 3 of them made a group. So that's the kind of thing we're after. There was another one. I saw a guy, he was Einstein, and his wife, I think, was chalkboard, and she had M equals MC squared on her chalkboard. So those are the kind of fun things we're looking for. And I hope you can all make it. Get out here and get your ticket. A free ticket. Now, I'll remind you again later on. Let's look at the great variant covers we got on this week, because we got a lot. But I got to start with one which is going to also work as our wall book of the week, which is Hercules #1. This is a 1 in 10, Hercules #1. And it said, now why I decided to make this the wall book of the week It's not one that's been hanging around a while. It just showed up. This is today's offerings. So, but it's Hercules #1, the variant Virgin 1 in 10, I believe. This is a 1 in 10. But I thought it was interesting because there's been a lot of Hercules comic books in the past. I don't have all of them, and there's many, many more than the ones I can show you. They go all the way back. I mean, Hercules is a character out of, mythology. So nobody owns it. Marvel doesn't own it. Topps doesn't own it. None of the DC has had Hercules in theirs. Marvel's done it a lot because we have a reoccurring regular character in DC, in Marvel, who's Hercules, and he's had a number of miniseries. Recently, one of them took off because that first appearance of the female Silver Surfer, I forget her name, but she appeared in one of these early Hercules miniseries. There's been several put out by them, and for a while he took over on the Incredible Hulk. It became the Incredible Hercules, and that spanned a lot of major crossovers, including World War Hulk After Smash, Secret Invasion, Dark Reign, and this one was Love and War. But also, Hercules and Spider-Man teamed up for one during his time as the Incredible Hercules. But it was Assault on New Olympus, and Spidey and Hercules team up for this multiple issue story that was probably, I never liked the idea when they take the Incredible Hulk or something else and they take out the superhero like the Hulk and put in somebody else instead. Well, anyway, that's our wall book of the week. Hercules had many incarnations in comics way back to the Golden Age and all the way to present, and here we are today with yet another Hercules. This is the Disney Hercules, I believe, from zero to hero Hercules. But that's not all. We also have Uncanny Valley #1, unlockable. It's kind of a fun thing there. Also, House of Slaughter #22, 1 in 10 variant. I believe this is also a 1 in 10 variant of House of Slaughter. House of Slaughter #22. House of Slaughter #22, another variant. And then we have Sweetie Candy Vigilante, issue 2 of volume 2. And these are 1 in 10s, virgin covers. Those are fun. All these takes on candy on hers. If you look, everything has some bit of candy in it if you look closely enough. This one is not blood. It's a knockoff of, it's a homage to Carrie, the movie, but that's not blood. According to this, it's candy apple syrup all over her there. And this one reminds me of Pulp Fiction, so I guess it's also a homage there to Pulp Fiction cover, but she's surrounded by candy. And that one is a 1 in 10. All right, we also have the new Thundercats. Thundercats coming in. This is issue #3. Several different ones for variants. It's a 1 in 15 there. This is a 1 in 15, the action figure one. You can make out that's the action figure one. This is a 1 in 10, one of the characters. I'm not real familiar with all of these characters from the Thundercats. Do you know who that character is? I'm not certain. Thundercats #3, a 1 in 15 foil variant. Nice and shiny. Transformers is up to issue #7 of the current series, and that is a 1 in 10. Transformers. Symbiote Spider-Man 2099, and if you're into Spider-Man 2099, we have Lunchbox. Previews exclusive Lunchbox for Spider-Man 2099. And this is a 1 in 25 variant of the latest issue, #2, Spider-Man 2099. Lots of Spider-Man represented this week. Edge of the Spider-Verse, issue number 3. This is 1 in 25. Gwen Stacy there, climbing up a wall. Pardon me. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 47. Got a 1 in 25 here. Nice cover. Also, Carnage, number 6. 1 in 25. Ultimate X-Men, issue number 2, 1 in 25. Edge of the Spider-Verse, which I showed you one before. This is issue number 3, the 1 in 10. This is the first appearance also in this of Star Spider. And this is Star Spider here. Star Spider on. We also in the Ultimate X-Men, the design variant, we got a 1 in 10 design variant here, and this is the that universe's Storm. She looks a lot younger than the Storm in the other comics. So there's our variants for the week. Lots of great stuff. If you're local, like I say, don't forget Free Comic Book Day is coming up, but we already start doing stuff right now. One of the things is a way for you to get a disc. A chance to win our super prize. I showed you the super prize earlier. If you want a chance to win this amazing super prize of ours, then what you got to do is get yourself a ticket. And that ticket is available at the Comics Club. No purchase necessary. Limit 1 per person per day. So you get yourself one of these tickets, a little red ticket like this. It's not the golden ticket. It's the scarlet ticket. Get yourself a scarlet ticket at the Comics Club. That's your chance to win the super prize. All right. Mr. Happy would like to jump in and say the secret word for this week is indeed ticket. Get your free ticket. And if you know the secret word ticket, it gets you a discount of 15% off any single item until the next one comes, so all the way to next Tuesday. And if you're a subscriber or Discount Club member, it gets you 20% off any single item in the store. The secret word. Thank you, Mr. Happy, for joining us and giving us the secret word. Thank you very much. All righty. We'll see you next time. I opened up with Hercules, the variant cover for the Indies for this week, and I'm going to start out with the Indies and show you Hercules. Hercules number 1, that's the regular cover. And if you want to create your own, if you don't like any of these, create your own. Hercules, blank cover. We also had the House of Slaughter. You saw the variant covers for those. Here's the regular editions of those. You know, those were all virgin covers. This one's a little different. This one has that UV, what do they call it? Spot UV. This is the Spot UV variant. Ultraviolet ink, I guess. Somehow. I guess that's what the UV is, ultraviolet. Jennifer Blood, Battle Diary, issue number 5. Labyrinth, 1 of 3. This reprints the original Labyrinth comic book from way back when. It's going to be a 3-parter, reprinting those. A special reprint. It's called the Archive Edition. Got a little bit of the Labyrinth on the back cover. Thundercats, you saw the variants for Thundercats earlier. These are the regular variants and the main cover for Thundercats. Thundercats number 3. Uncanny Valley. I showed you the variant cover for Uncanny Valley a little bit ago. This is Uncanny Valley number 1. That was the Virgin variant I showed you earlier. Sweetie Candy Vigilante, issue number 2 of volume 2. And she's covered in some sort of frosting there. I think the cover says it's sweetie stuff. She's got a little skull embedded in her, or skeleton that she seems to be sitting on. And there's her with her guns, peppermint stick guns. She's playing croquet here with that skull down at the bottom. And there's your candy canes. And Pulp Fiction homage. What a great cover. I really like that one. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Moving on, we have Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees, the ongoing murder story in the anamorphic world of Beneath the Trees, Where Nobody Sees. What a great story it's been so far. I haven't read this latest issue. Looking really forward to it because it hasn't disappointed me yet. I hope it doesn't disappoint me today. You know, sometimes you'll get a comic book and you're really loving it, and Panthro, thank you so much there, Mr. W. Arnold, for your knowledge and sharing it. Panthro, I appreciate that. So, great story. But sometimes, you know, a comic will start out really good and then it just dies. The story just doesn't go nowhere or takes a turn you didn't expect and it wasn't a good one. This one's not that. This one has been so great, a lot of fun. Please read it if you like murder stories. And this one, it's not a mystery. You know right off the bat who's doing it. But it's a really great story, and it kind of gives it a strange twist when it's in an anamorphic world like that. So that one's got one of my highest recommendations. Count Crawley, issue number 3 of 4, hitting the stands today. With that little bit of art on the back. I like back cover art. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Best of Alopex one shot. Transformers is up to issue number 7 from Skybound, which, as you know, is Mr. Kirkman of Walking Dead fame's studio, which he publishes through Image. And Scorched from the world of Spawn. And we're getting a whole bunch of new stuff from the world of Spawn because there's a new series coming up, and he's Todd McFarlane has announced that he's expanding his universe. Many more comic books coming out of Image in the world of Spawn. This latest one has been out for a while. We're up to issue number 28, and that's Scorched. And the new one that's featuring the world of Spawn, that universe, Rat City. And that's Spawn right on the cover. It's a cool cover, but if you don't like that cover, draw your own. We got them here. I Hate Fairyland, the movie poster cover. It's kind of funny. This is the second series of I Hate Fairyland. We're up to issue number 13. And we get that little fun piece of art on the back. So, a comic book called Napalm Lullaby, and this is from Image Comics. The Principles of Necromancy, issue number 1. The Principles of Necromancy. And I'm just going to give you this image here so you guys can pause it and read that yourselves. But it explains the principles of necromancy and what it's all about. Okay, Unnatural Order, number 4. Hitting the stands today. And issue number 1 of When the Blood Has Dried. That little bit. And this is from Mad Cave Studio, which has been pretty prolific recently in publishing comic books. This is Night People, issue number 2. Lots of horror. Independent comic books where horror is king. Hey, Juggernaut, how you doing? I hope you're enjoying your trip there. Where you at? Louisiana? Was that where you were going to? I think you're still there. They're going to miss you at poker tonight. Little Black Book, but maybe, you know, they'll keep some of their money for once. Little Black Book. This is issue, what issue number is this? 2. Issue number 2 of 4. There you go. So let's move on over. Rolling on over. Move over to let's jump on to Marvel Comics, because we have Amazing Spider-Man issue number 47 hitting the stands, and I know somebody's going to say, where's that Disney one? Where's that Disney cover? That we sold out on pre-orders of that, I think. However, we'll get more in, and if you need it, just tell Dolly or me when you come in, and we will do our best to make sure we get it back in stock. Edge of the Spider-Verse is up to issue number 3. And as I was saying, there is a new character that is appearing in this issue that we haven't met before. Or no, it's not this issue. Yeah. Edge of the Spider-Verse. It is this issue. It's a new character called Star Spider. And there's Star Spider right on the cover. I don't know what this Star Spider's powers are or what this is all about, but there you go. There you have it. San Antonio. Oh, Texas. Texas it is. Oh, okay. All the way out in Texas. That's a long commute. All right. Weapon X-Men issue number 2 hitting the stand. Look at that. Got Phoenix and Wolverine embraced. Star Wars fans rejoice. Star Wars High Republic issue number 6 is hitting the stands today, but that's not the only Star Wars hitting the stands today. Yep. But wait, there's more. How about Darth Vader, issue number 45? Did you expect Darth Vader to get to issue number 45? I did. Popular character. Issue number 45 of Star Wars. Oh, Master and Apprentice? Is that what we got there? Yeah, I think so. And Lord Vader himself. All right, we also have Symbiote Spider-Man. This is the Stormbreaker cover. And that's Spider-Punk there on the Stormbreaker cover. Symbiote Spider-Man 2099, number 2, hitting the stands today. And once again, if you're digging that, we've got the lunchboxes to match. Get your Symbiote Spider-Man comic and lunchbox. Have lunch while you read your comic books. Great place, by the way, San Antonio. If you ever go there, check out their comic shops. Support local comic book stores. Support all comic book stores. Carnage number 6. You saw the variant of that one. I always find these hilarious. These giant monsters coming up to eat you or coming down to eat you. I think they're all part of that Jaws preview with that poor girl swimming. Met the big fish. And is swimming with fish now. The Invincible Iron Man, number 17. He's like he's going to be having a bad day. Snowbound in hell. What? And that, of course. X-Men 97. Are you a fan? Apparently the cartoon, animated feature is on now. Issue number 2 of X-Men number 97. Look at that. Great. Is that matte cover? Yeah. Awesome. Matte cover on X-Men there, 97. He must be a fan, I guess. Wolverine, who's in constant conflict with Sabretooth, who's on the cover there. And on the cover here, this is the Hildebrandt brothers, or one of the Hildebrandt's artwork from the card trading cards, Marvel Masterpiece 3, and then this one, Savage Showdown. Jumping back over to Star Wars again, we also have Star Wars Thrawn Alliances. I was going to leave that one out. Did you, Star Wars fans? Number 4. Thrawn Alliances. Okay, so Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 1 has gone into a 4th printing. And it's got its own cool cover. But if you don't like it, draw your own. Ultimate Spider-Man 4th printing. Wow. Look at that. If I could only turn back time A lot of people say, well, how could you not know to order heavy on that? But come in sometime. I'll tell you the story of it. What If Aliens, number 2. What If Aliens, number 2. 2 aliens on the cover. What If Aliens, number 2. Well, these guys just having a conversation at the water cooler? What the heck is that? Ultimate X-Men, number 2. Okay? Ultimate X-Men, number 2. We get the first Storm from that world, I believe, right there. Storm. And Miss Marvel, who is also a mutant, by the way, if you didn't know that, read it in the comic books. This is Miss Marvel Mutant Menace issue number 2. The Peach Momoko cover there. And we also have that cover there for it. And then Magneto, it's the resurrection of Magneto, issue number 4. Sometimes my teeth get in the way of my tongue. And there's our Marvel offerings for the week. And that Disney one that I didn't show you, with the Disney characters as the Marvel superheroes, I'm sure we'll have more. I'm surprised there wasn't one to show you on the show, because I could have sworn we had enough of those, but we'll get more in because they have not sold out of those. I will almost guarantee you we'll be able to get more of those in stock without a problem. I'll wait for time. We're running very late, and this is DC, so I'm going to just rifle through DC, and I apologize for this big rush here at the end. I took a little bit too much time at the earlier part of the day show, but for good reason. Buy this book. The Batman First Night, oversized book, several different covers to choose from. Speed Force, issue number 5. Suicide Squad, Dream Team, issue number 2. Sinister Sons, issue number 3. Okay, Batman and Robin, issue number 8. Some practice boxing each other there. The Batman Who Laughs. What great stuff. Who is that? Cool cover there. Batman and Robin and Howard. It's a fun book. Pick it up. Action Comics, issue number 1064, has multiple covers. There's that one. As you can see, that's a connecting one. There's that one. The main man, Lobo. Superman and Lois. No, I'm not holding it upside down. And then this shiny foil version of that connecting cover. Batman Dylan Dog. If you've been waiting for this detective story to show back up, here is the latest issue number 2 of Batman Dylan Dog. Kid Flash and Aqualad and Robin, the sidekicks, all appeared in Brave and the Bold number 54. Look at this, a shiny foil version of that. Facsimile edition, or you could create your own. And of course, the regular cover is on the inside of the blank. That's how DC does theirs. Okay, Green Lantern. We're up to issue number 10 for the Ring Bearer. Green Lantern. Guy Gardner. Don't trust that guy somehow. Outsiders, issue number 6. And Red Hood, The Hill, issue number 3. And that's it for our show today, comic book fans. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to hit all the links in the chat. Another shout out to G-Man, Comic Book G-Man, and the Nerdy Collective. Thank you so much for stopping by the store. Thank you so much for throwing us on your show. We appreciate it. Go check those guys out. Be sure to be here for Free Comic Book Day. Get your free ticket at the Comics Club for our super prize. Don't miss that. And most important, read. It brings out the heroine.